Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Zero Commentaries. Today we'll be looking at, the Mock Squad and Arena of Destiny episodes 1 through 3. So, the Mock Squad. What this project was essentially trying out, hey, let's make a bunch of mocks half-assedly and see if this will work as a nice little series, which basically involves them wanting to, find the Mask of Life and basically save the world. The only mock that was actually decently done in this was probably Ultimate Hordika. He was probably the only decent one. The rest, just, no. I don't know what I was thinking. There would be like enemy mock teams, and if you don't know what mock is, it's my own creation. But in terms of everything else, well, yeah, it honestly wasn't that well thought out, to be honest. But yeah, not much else to say on Mock Squad, except it was slightly a precursor to Toy Box Wars, if only the fact that I was gonna have cameos by Indiana Jones and Iron Man during like the final battle for some reason, because that's as much as I remember filming. Not too much to talk about on the Mock Squad, but Arena of Destiny. Now this one is the more interesting. This is a more interesting looking thing in terms of my projects that I did while I was Enchilada 645. Basically, Arena of Destiny was... the first episode was not this episode. The first episode was essentially Zero being all like, I figured out Pterodactyl's plan to basically take over the body of Mata Nui, which we reside in, but I found this, like, spaceship, so we're gonna go to a new planet, and then we're gonna go to Barra Magna. A bit of a stupid way to get them to Barra Magna, but it's like... But then I'm all like, yeah, you know what, let's set up some stuff while we're here. And so I decided to go back and do some episodes, like, about them finding out about the secret, about how pterodactyls and stuff. So basically, him and his team were going to be part of the Order of Mata Nui attack on the Brotherhood of Makuta base. And so, basically, with that, Zero would fight various people, but his men would fight various people, there'd be different Makuta and stuff, and it'd just be set up for a lot of things, really. In terms of production, this kind of stayed the same with how it was done, but it had more of a plot to it. I actually had an idea of where I was going with the plot, so it's like, it was pretty, how would you say, easy? Not easy, but it was better handled than Bionicle Adventures anyway, because with Bionicle Adventures there was no really main plot. Like, the Makuta didn't have this plan they were trying to execute. The Baraki were just, no one had a plan they were trying to execute over the course of the series, or like tried to do anything really over the course of the series. So basically, these series of episodes are more structurally intact than Bionicle Adventures, but at the same time, they still suffer from a lot of the problems. This probably could have all been one episode again, but my internet really, really sucks. Oh yeah, I made a custom rock sheet just for the hell of it. I'm all like, oh hey, let's make something different, and I did, and it died. So yeah. Also, this was when I had Microsoft Paint as like actual effects. So yeah, not much to say on that, except for the fact that Microsoft Paint, am I glad that Adobe, like, basically said, hey, we're gonna give you all Photoshop for free. or Adobe Photoshop CS2 anyway. And it's like, hooray for that, because oh my goodness, if you've seen what I've done, then you know that I am so glad that they've done, like, different, they've done this, because I have made so much stuff with CS2 that I probably wouldn't be able to do if I didn't have that. I probably wouldn't be able to do Toy Box Wars as well as I have without Adobe Photoshop CS2. Because let me tell you, that, again, really great program, simple compared to, the other the other programs, the more advanced Photoshops, but with this one you can at least do basic things, and I'm very glad for that. Especially when my editing software consists of that, Audacity, and Windows Live Movie Maker. Yeah, as much as I'd love to get like better editing equipment, though, it's kind of hard. Only because the fact that I have insurance. I have to pay for insurance in order to to get to be safe when I drive a car. I need to buy food for myself, pay the bills, all these different kinds of things. It's just a lot, and it's like I can't really, how would you say, spend on editing equipment right now. I still need to get my laptop and my computer fixed and retuned again. And it's just like, yeah, not much else to say on this. So episode 3, pretty much the last episode of Arena of Destiny. If this has gone on, this episode pretty much introduced a new recurring character and a new rival to Zero, which was basically a Zero Duo. And by Zero Duo, basically you can guess what it is if you've ever heard of Big O and seen Big Duo. The how what do they call it? The Megaduce. The Megaduce with its like with the giant propeller blades for like clawed hands and stuff. That's essentially what I made Zero Duo. Basically, it's an exact copy of Zero, maybe some different armor and stuff. But basically, he has the Pohatu Nuva Fantoka arms. And so, with those arms, pretty much, it's basically it. I can't really say much more on it. I can't believe I was studying that long, but it's like, it's just Zero, but with a big duo motif. That's pretty much all it is. I can't really explain it any further. Though, this next mock coming up, I based it on the Big Daddy from Bioshock. While it's not exactly like the Big Daddy, I mainly called it the Big Daddy because of the front of the face. But yeah, it's coming up soon. We should be seeing it rather soonish, like hopefully soon. Also, I liked having the Bionicle boxes. Ah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Big Daddy. But what's it called? I really liked having the Bionicle boxes as like background objects, despite them not making any sense whatsoever in the story. But they made nice background objects compared to like a white wall. So yeah, that was always great. But yeah, you don't really see much of Zero Duo aside from this one shot. Like in the series proper, you don't really see that much of him. But yeah, I guess you could say this is an attempted second coming of the Mock Squad, which is why I paired up the videos, if only because you're not going to see like any canon Bionicles in this series until you get to the Glatorian. And even then it was gonna be like several fan-made Glatorian that I would make myself by mixing and matching parts. So yeah, I did. There's actually an episode 4 of this, but for some reason the audio got screwed up and other stuff happened, and it's like, yeah, it never really happened. But aside from that, Yeah, not much else to say. This was episode 4. Stay tuned for the last episode of this little Enchilada 645 archive binge when I tackle Bionicle War. So I'll see you guys then.